Liquid IV is everywhere. Even Hailey Bieber is promoting it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the very popular electrolyte powder known as Liquid IV. Liquid IV is a very popular electrolyte powder that claims that it can help you hydrate better than water alone. But is this even true? I'm gonna let you know in today's video. But first, if you're new, hi, my name is Katey. I'm a registered dietitian and certified personal trainer. My goal is to help you learn more about nutrition, fitness, health, and wellness, and help you become your best self, whatever that looks like. I also really love to do product reviews and help you understand if products actually work or if they're completely hype, and ultimately to make sure that you're saving your money. So if there are any products that you want me to review, let me know in the comments below. And of course, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It helps me more than you'll ever realize and helps you continue to learn more. So let's dive into the video. What is Liquid IV? Liquid IV is an electrolyte powder company that was founded by Brandon Cohen in 2012. However, in 2020, it was purchased by Unilever. When it comes to electrolyte powders, they are used a lot in the sports industry, particularly when you're trying to rehydrate and replenish any lost electrolytes, which happens a lot when we're sweating. And because when you're exercising, you tend to sweat, it's usually used by athletes, but it can also be used by people who are sweating for other reasons, such as being in really hot climates, using a sauna, being sick, or reasons like that. Now, Liquid IV provides various pre-packaged electrolyte powders so that you can take them on the go and replenish your electrolytes as needed. Liquid IV also touts that they have what's called cellular transport technology, or CTT, which they claim helps to hydrate you better than water alone. So how does Liquid IV work? The main goal of taking Liquid IV is to replenish lost electrolytes. However, some of their products may contain other ingredients such as caffeine, probiotics, or vitamin C, for example, that are intended to have additional benefits beyond just replenishing your electrolytes. But basically how to use these is you just take the packet and you pour it into water, mix it up, and drink away. It's very, very convenient, and I do love that about this company and other products that do this as well. Now, you may be wondering if Liquid IV is like any other electrolyte powder, and I will say it really is, but they claim that their product is unique due to their cellular transport technology, or CTT, like I mentioned. Their claim is that CTT, or cellular transport technology, uses active transport to help electrolytes such as sodium as well as water get into the cell a lot faster compared to passive transport. Basically, the difference between passive transport and active transport is how sodium and other electrolytes enter the cell. So for passive transport, also known as osmosis, this is a natural process where sodium, for example, naturally will enter the cell over time. And there is no assistance required. The sodium will naturally enter the intestinal wall and into the cells by itself. In contrast, with active transport, it requires other compounds to help it get into the cell. Essentially, with cellular transport technology, it uses mostly sodium, potassium, water, and glucose, which is a form of sugar, to help all of them enter the cell a lot faster. And because these different compounds work together, you can actually get the electrolytes into the cell faster than if you were to allow it to happen naturally through passive transport. Now, this sounds awesome, but it isn't something new. Active transport happens in the body all the time, and it's not unique to Liquid IV. Of course, having enough sodium, potassium, glucose, and water all together does help to make sure active transport happens, so that is nice in this electrolyte powder. A lot of other electrolyte powders also have these ingredients, so I wouldn't say that this technology is exclusive to Liquid IV products. What this does mean, though, is that Liquid IV can be classified as an oral rehydration solution, which is also known as an ORS by the World Health Organization. Oral rehydration solutions are really important, especially for people who are really dehydrated and need rehydrated really quickly. So I would say that Liquid IV is really going to be effective for rehydrating someone quickly because it contains the right amounts of sodium, potassium, glucose, and water. So it's not to say that this technology doesn't work, because it does. I just don't think that it's unique to Liquid IV. As long as a product has these ingredients, it will likely act as an oral rehydration solution and again help you rehydrate a lot faster than water by itself. Okay, so now let's look at the products. Liquid IV offers a lot of different options, and there are a lot of different products that you can purchase. Ultimately, they all are electrolyte powders. They just have different ingredients with different additional purposes. So first, let's talk about their original hydration multiplier. This is definitely the most popular popular product by Liquid IV, and it's probably one that you've seen in a lot of advertisements. With this product and all the other ones, it's meant to act as, again, an electrolyte powder to replace any lost electrolytes that happen through excessive sweating. Now, there are a lot of different electrolytes that our body has. However, when it comes to sweating, our bodies mostly sweat out sodium and potassium. In terms of other electrolytes, we don't really lose them through sweat as much, so I wouldn't be really concerned about those. So it is nice that Liquid IV prioritizes sodium and potassium. To date, this product comes in over 11 different flavors, so you can choose from whatever one you want and what your preferences are. By far, my favorite flavor is the strawberry lemonade. I actually don't even have any right now because I like that one so much, but that one's definitely my favorite. But you may have your own preference, and that's why they have so many options available. I will say I did not like the pina colada one. I thought it tasted like sunscreen, so that's just my personal preference. But again, you do whatever's right for you. All right, so now let's look at its nutrition label. So as you can see, it also has 11 grams of carbs, which come from 11 grams of added sugar, and it has 76 milligrams of vitamin C added, which equates to around 80% of the daily value. On top of this, it also has some added B vitamins that are in amounts a little bit higher than your daily needs. Now, like I mentioned, it does have 11 grams of added sugar. This comes from cane sugar, but on top of this, it does have some stevia extract added to it as well, which is a natural sweetener. So when it comes to the amount of sugar added, some people do have some concerns. I personally do not, and the reason why is if you are using Liquid IV for athletic performance, you actually do need some carbohydrates to help enhance your performance. If you are doing a really light exercise, of course you don't need this, but then you would also not need the electrolytes either because you're probably not sweating enough. So for someone who is doing vigorous activity where they are, again, exercising for quite a while, or they're exercising in the heat and ultimately are sweating, it actually might be a good idea to not only have some electrolytes replaced, but also have a very quick source of carbohydrates in the form of sugar. So in case you were wondering, this is what the packaging looks like for the Hydration Multiplier. It's in the blue bag. This is the watermelon flavor. Not the biggest fan of that one, but some people do like it, but it's just the package I happen to have right now. I actually have quite a few packets available to me. Okay, so now let's talk about the Energy Multiplier. So as you can see, it does come in the green package. It has little lightning bolts to suggest it's going to give you energy, and the form of energy that is in this product is, of course, caffeine. This flavor is yuzu pineapple, and I actually really like the flavor of this one. So on the packet, it says it has 100 milligrams of natural caffeine, and that's pretty standard for something that's going to have caffeine added. A cup of coffee has around 100 milligrams, so it's nothing too excessive, but I wouldn't have a ton of these every single day. I'd probably limit myself to one. On top of the yuzu pineapple flavor, it does come in two other flavors as well. It comes in mango tamarind and lemon ginger. So on top of the caffeine that is added, it also has L-theanine in the product, which helps with mental clarity and focus. On top of this, it has an ingredient known as Cognat IQ, which also helps with alertness as well. So if you're feeling like you're going to be doing vigorous exercise and you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, then this one will definitely help increase your energy levels a little bit, especially from the caffeine. The L-theanine is nice in this as well because it actually can help decrease the jitters that you get from consuming caffeine. So it kind of counterbalances it, which is nice. The only thing I would say is that usually you take an electrolyte powder during your workout or after. But the thing about caffeine is usually you want to take it around 20 to 45 minutes before your workout because it takes that time for your body to actually absorb it, digest it, and use the caffeine. So the only thing I would say is that for some of you, you might notice that you don't get the energy increase until partway through your workout or even at the end, unless you're taking the electrolyte powder before your workout. But I actually think you should take an electrolyte powder as you're sweating, not before. Personally, for me, I don't really use this one that much. I do like the flavor of it, but I don't really need it for the caffeine. For me, if I'm going to have caffeine, I usually just drink a coffee 45 minutes before my workout, and that works perfectly fine for me. The next product is the Hydration Multiplier Plus Immune Support. Basically, this is again the Hydration Multiplier plus additional ingredients that are intended to support your immune system. It has a couple different ingredients, but the main ones are definitely more added vitamin C, zinc, and another ingredient known as beta-via. Basically, this ingredient is just an algae-based carbohydrate that is thought to help support our immune health. For this product, it comes in two main flavors, wild berry and tangerine. You'll see a similar trend here, but the nutrition label is pretty much the exact same as the Hydration Multiplier with very small differences. The main difference here is going to be the vitamin C, and this product has 504 milligrams of vitamin C, or around 560% your daily value. Honestly, that is a lot of vitamin C, and because vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin, chances are you're actually just going to pee it out and it's not going to be used for your immune system. The next ingredient is zinc at 10.5 milligrams, which is about 100% the daily value. This is definitely an important mineral that does help to support our immune health. Do I think you need to take liquid IV to get zinc in your diet. No, but that is why it is added in this product. Honestly, for this one, I don't really think it's necessary. An electrolyte powder is intended to replace lost electrolytes. I don't really see why adding additional ingredients for your immune system is really necessary in this product. If I'm going to support my immune system, I'd rather you do it first through a nutritious diet, but then take supplements as needed. So for example, taking a zinc supplement, or for example, eating foods that are really high in vitamin C, or eating foods that are high in zinc as well. The final product we're going to look at is the Hydration Multiplier plus Probiotic Kombucha. This product is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's the Hydration Multiplier, and it has probiotics added to it from kombucha. What I will say that is interesting is it has 1 billion CFUs of probiotics per serving, which is a decent amount for an electrolyte powder. I will say it only has one strain of probiotics, but it is a well-studied one known as Bacillus coagulans. It also has some fermented tea vinegar with added probiotics that are not mentioned in this product. But again, for something like this that's not intended to be a probiotic supplement, it's not a bad source for it. This product only comes in one flavor, tart green apple, which I absolutely love. I think it tastes really, really good. Now, one thing I want to say about this one is that it is a little bit fizzy. So I actually don't love taking this while I'm working out. The reason why is because it's really fizzy and it actually makes me belch a little bit while I'm exercising, and that's really uncomfortable for me. So I actually wouldn't take this one while you're exercising unless you're not really sensitive to that sort of thing or it doesn't bother you. But for me, it does give me a little bit of stomach upset. So I would have this maybe after a workout if you did want it. But personally, I get my probiotics through food as well as through a supplement known as Seed. You can watch my entire video review on that if you want to learn more, but that's how I get probiotics in my diet. Again, I wouldn't take this product to get probiotics. This is an electrolyte powder. I would take it for the electrolytes, not those added ingredients. All right, so now how much does Liquid IV cost? At the time of filming this video, and according to their website, it costs around $24.99 US for an entire packet. Now, the regular Hydration Multiplier has 16 packets per package. But if you are getting the other ones, they only have 14 per package. So if you do the math, this is about $1.56 to $1.79 per packet. Now, they do have bundles that you can purchase to make it cheaper, but overall, that's the average price. Personally, if you're going to use this just for performance, I don't think that's a bad price. I wouldn't, again, have this every day unless you're doing vigorous activity every single day. So overall, I would say the price isn't terrible. So finally, let's talk about my experience having Liquid IV. So I've had the opportunity to try all of these different Liquid IV products. I used to write for a company, and they sent me these products to test out, so that's why I have so many of them. I was not paid by Liquid IV. Liquid IV didn't send them to me specifically. This is just why I have them. So I've been able to try them for quite a few months now, and here are my honest thoughts. The first thing I love about the product is the taste. Overall, I would say that the product does taste pretty good. Obviously, it depends on your unique preferences, but for me, the ones that I did try do taste pretty good. As I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of the pina colada flavor. I also weirdly don't like the strawberry one, but I do like the strawberry lemonade one. However, my sister and my boyfriend both love the strawberry one, so it really just depends, again, on what you like and what you don't like. Another thing to point out is because it's an electrolyte powder, some people do find the product salty, which makes sense. Personally, I didn't find it too salty. I have had other electrolyte powders where I find it overbearing and something I don't enjoy. This one, I think the ingredients are really balanced nicely, and again, I don't really taste the salt that much. In terms of sweetness, I do find the product a little bit too sweet. I do find that having the sugar and the stevia just really enhances the sweetness. However, again, other people have given the packets to find it perfectly fine. So it's very hard to talk about taste because it's really unique to the individual. One tip that I found really helpful and improved the overall experience of Liquid IV was to add ice to your water. So what I would do is I would fill the cup up with water, add the Liquid IV, add some ice, and give it a stir. And this actually helped improve the overall texture and flavor of the product, and I really enjoy having it this way. And when I do have the product, this is what I usually will do if I have ice. The second thing I really like about the product is it's really easy to use. Unlike other products where you have to open the container and put the actual product into the water, these ones come in small packets that you can carry with you on the go, which is super convenient. The third thing I really do enjoy is that I do feel like it helps my performance. I have tried this product in many different conditions. I tried it when I was playing tennis. I tried it when I was hiking in Greece. I've tried it in the heat. I've tried it after going in a sauna. So I've had the opportunity to test it in different environments where I'm going to be sweating a lot. In particular, what I will say is when I am really dehydrated, dehydrated. So for example, in Greece, it was kind of hard to always have access to cold water. So when I was feeling a little dehydrated, I would add the liquid IV to the product, and I did find that it did help with my thirst quite a bit. Also, if you're dehydrated, it can be a little challenging sometimes to just drink a big thing of water. So when I do put liquid IV in the product, it's easier to drink really quickly. I also had my boyfriend try it out after he went to a bachelor party, so you can imagine how he felt in the morning, and he used the electrolyte powder in the morning and did say that it did help with some of the hangover symptoms he was experiencing. That's more anecdotal and there's not a lot of research to back that one up, but especially if you've had a night of drinking, you're definitely going to be at risk of dehydration. So having it the next day, or at least right before you go to bed, can be very helpful too. Now, just a couple cons that I did want to mention. The big downside for me is that you can't actually ship all the flavors into Canada. Again, I wrote for a company that sent me these products, so that's why I have all the flavors, but if you're trying to order in Canada, it's very limited. So if you're in the US, you're very lucky. You always get more of the products than we do, but that's just something to note. Another con is that some of the flavors might be unappealing to you or overly strong. And finally, despite the claims that they make about their CTT technology, I personally don't find it very unique and not something that you have to have liquid IV for. Now, just a word of warning, because it's an electrolyte powder, if you do have hypertension or high blood pressure, or you've been asked to be on a low sodium diet, I definitely would not be having liquid IV or any other electrolyte powder unless a registered dietitian or your doctor has advised it. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so let's finish off with my overall thoughts. If you are interested in trying liquid IV, I do think it is a decent option. It's one that I definitely would recommend as one of the better electrolyte powders out there. It really is tasty, it's very convenient, and it does help to replenish your electrolytes quite quickly, especially when you are sweating a lot and losing fluids quickly. So overall, I would say it is a decent option. If you do enjoy liquid IV, I think it's one that you can continue to keep taking. If you don't need an electrolyte powder, or for some reason you don't like this company, or you have one that you like, I will say that it's not absolutely required. You don't have to take an electrolyte powder, but it is a decent option if you want to try one. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments your experience with trying liquid IV, and if you want me to review any other electrolyte powders, also let me know in the comments. And finally, if you did enjoy this video, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. It helps support my channel and helps you continue to learn more. And I'll see you in the next video.